tonight's meeting of the Zoning Board of Adjustment of the Township of Union, which is being held pursuant to the Open Public Meeting Law, C-231, Laws of New Jersey, dated 1975. Notice of this meeting was advertised in the local source, the newspaper of record. The notice has been posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building adjacent to the municipal clerk's office. Roll call.
Mr. Wiley.
Here.
Ms. Martins.
Here.
Mr. Bentavegana.
Present.
Ms. Scott.
Present.
Mr. McNeil.
Present.
Ms. Little.
Here.
Mr. Graves is absent. Ms. Ricketts.
Here.
And Mr. Champy.
Here. There being a quorum present, this meeting is now declared open. At this time, I'll entertain a motion for the approval of the minutes from our meetings, April 22nd, May the 13th, and May the 20th. May I have a motion and a second?
Mr. Chair, I move that the meeting minutes of April 22nd, 2026, May 13th, 2026, and May 20th, 26 be approved as written and dispense with their reading.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Mr. Manguso, are there any communications?
Are there no communications, Mr. Chairman?
Hearing none. We have one case this evening, calendar number 3474, AQC Consulting LLC. Location is 16 Mary Avenue, Block 4708, Lot 13. Applicant wishes to construct a new two-family dwelling. Counselor, would you like to begin?
Yes, good evening, Chairman and members of the board. I am Natasha Montalvo with Javerbaum Morgaft on behalf of AQC Consulting LLC. We are here today for a variance application to construct a two-family dwelling. The property is at 16 Mary Avenue. It is currently vacant. It does have some asphalt on it. We are seeking a couple of variances. There are two existing nonconformities that are not being intensified, that being the minimum lot size, which 5,000 square feet is required. Existing is 4,410 square feet. Minimum lot depth where 100 feet is required, and existing is 70 feet. We have a couple new variances: minimum front yard setback where 25 feet is required, and we're proposing 20 feet. Minimum rear yard setback where 25 feet is required, and we're proposing 10 feet. Maximum impervious coverage, 65% is permitted. We're proposing 73.5. A garage is required per each unit, and we're proposing 0 garages, and the driveway located on the side yard or rear yard setback. The existing asphalt is being used as the driveway, and it's already within the side yard setback and rear yard setback limits. There's also a driveway width that maximum driveway width permitted is 24 feet, and we're proposing 25 feet. And also another variance for driveway not in front of a garage, and there's no garages, so it's just a driveway. If there are no preliminary questions, I would like to call up the applicant, Elijah Carter, and then after I have the applicant, I do have the engineer and architect.
For the record, council and board members, I marked A1, the application with supporting materials is submitted. A2 is the variance site plan that was submitted, and A3 are the architectural plans, 2 pages consistent. So we have A1 through A3. Is the witness here?
Yeah, Elijah, you come up onto that one.
Can I ask you just to swear or affirm that the testimony you provide this evening is the truth and the whole truth?
Yes.
And for the record, if you could state and spell your name with your affiliation to the application.
Elijah Carter.
Raise the mic up.
Elijah Carter. ElijahCarter.
And you are a managing member of AQC Consulting, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Can you please provide your background and how long you've been in Union in the Vauxhall area?
Yes. So, good evening, everybody. I've been born and raised in Vauxhall, New Jersey my whole life. I've been a police officer in Union for about 8 years. I graduated Union High School in 2012, and The property that I'm trying to build on has been in my family for 100 years, over 100 years.
And that property is directly behind where you currently live today, correct?
Yes,
Okay. And when you build this two-family, this is a two-family that you plan on living in, correct?
yes,
Okay. And you plan to have it and keep in your family generation?
yes.
Okay. I have no further preliminary questions for the applicant.
Are there any board members that would like to question Mr. Carter? Hearing none, are there any members of the public that would like to question Mr. Carter? Hearing none, Counselor, your next witness?
Thank you. I'd like to call our engineer, Donna Bullock.
Can I ask the witness to swear or affirm that the testimony you provide this evening is the truth and the whole truth?
I do.
And for the record, if you could pull the mic closer, state and spell your name with your affiliation.
Donna Bullock, B-U-L-L-O-C-K. I am a project manager at Morgan Engineering, which is located in Island Heights, New Jersey. I have presented many applications, variances, regular planning board applications for the past 26 years in the state of New Jersey, all over, mostly Monmouth, Ocean, and Middlesex counties. But working at Morgan, we've branched out quite a bit. I mean, I find myself up north and down south, and, you know, it's kind of fun to get involved with other communities.
We'll accept your credentials.
Thank you.
What I do.
Can you take us through the site plan, the variance plan on the existing conditions and the proposed?
Sure. The property is known as 6 Mary Avenue, Block 4708, Lot 13, Township of Union, Union County. It is located in the RB Residential District, and the property contains 4,410 square feet. The existing property is undeveloped and is located on the east side of Mary Avenue, located south of the intersections of Mary Avenue and Valley Street. The lot size is 63 feet wide by 70 feet deep, which equates to the 4,410 square feet. It is an existing undersized lot condition, which is an existing variance since the property is less than the required 5,000 square foot area for the RB zone. There's also a variance existing conditions for lot depth, since the required lot depth in this zone is 100 feet and the property has 70 feet. So the property does consist of a lawn area on the north side of the property, and there's asphalt to the south side. There is access for the property right off of Mary Avenue, and the existing street characteristics, it's a developed street, 18-foot wide pavement, and there's build and block curb on both frontages within the right-of-way. The property is bounded by single-family residential lots, and the drainage characteristics for the property is that there is a high point at the most northerly corner of the property, and the stormwater flows in the southwesterly direction from that northerly corner of the property toward the roadway. There is also existing water and sanitary sewer service located within the right-of-way of Mary Avenue. So we are proposing to construct a 40-foot by 33-foot two-story duplex with a basement. There's going to be access for both structures on the front and the opposite sides. We're proposing a paver walkway. There's AC pads located in the rear of the structures, and there is a proposed retaining wall along the north and east side of the property. The parking criteria is for 1 3-bedroom duplex is 2 spaces, therefore we require 4. There is within the area on the existing paved area adjacent to the proposed dwelling, which is 25 feet wide, that can safely handle 3 car spaces. And if there were 3 car spaces there, behind them, there could be 2 or 3 more, not to get in the way of the steps exiting the side of the building, but there could easily be 5 parking spaces, 2 in tandem and one standard located on the existing asphalt area. So there's no variance for parking criteria. So with the variances that we're requesting, did just talk about it's an undersized lot. Did just say that the lot depth in the area is required to be 100 and 70 feet is existing. If you do look at the tax map, it's hard to see, but majority of those lots that are located between Martha Avenue and over to Emily Avenue, majority of those lots are only 70 feet deep, and a lot of them are also under the 5,000 square foot. So this size lot with these variances that we're requesting are pretty consistent with the neighborhood. So we are asking for a front yard variance setback where 25 feet is required, and we have provided 20. So if we held, and we're also asking for a rear yard variance where 25 feet is required, and we are proposing 10. So if you look at this layout, you can see where we have the building setback lines provided on the drawing, and you can see how the front required setback and the rear required setback pretty much go right through the proposed building we're asking for. The area that would be remaining to build a house on this lot to conform would be 20 feet wide. So you'd have a 20-foot wide house by, you know, a certain width. And because it's an undersized lot, there's a hardship with that, and we're asking for relief for these variances because of the lot size and its consistence with the neighborhood. We are also going to, we are asking a percent lot coverage waiver variance also, where 65% is required and 73.5 is proposed. Although we are increasing the impervious area, we are going to provide for the clean roof runoff to be collected into dry wells, and that would compensate, that would offset the increase in the impervious area. So that would help reduce the runoff that would be leaving the site in the developed condition. As mentioned, parking is required to have parking space in front of a garage unit. There are no garages proposed. Again, the property is situated such that, you know, being so short that providing garages, well, the architect will talk about that, but the providing the garages would take away too much of the living space that would be required for the development. Parking is not permitted on the side yard, as mentioned from the attorney. There already is existing pavement that is located along the side yard on the south side of the property. And basically, there was one other one with the parking. There was 3. I think you mentioned all 3 of those in your statement when you opened the application. So with that, again, this is an undersized lot. It's been in the applicant's family for many years. He just wants to provide a place for himself and then a second family unit within an area where he owns property adjacent. And with that, if anyone has any engineering questions of me, I'd be glad to answer at this time.
One quick question. So we received the Collier's letter, and there's no issue complying with any of their recommendations?
No, there is no issue.
Okay. And I want to also address one comment from the Collier's letter, which is on page 3, off-site improvements, 3.4. There's a sidewalk shown connecting to the existing asphalt vault to the residence. Behind it, we would have to talk to the applicant's grandfather, whether they can remove that. It's been there because the family owns both lots. It's just been easy access to go between both lots. If it's okay with his grandfather, we have no problem removing the asphalt, but the sidewalk. But again, I can't commit to that right now. I just want to note that on the record. And it plans to remain in the family until whenever, for the near future and long future. So I just want to make that comment on the record. And then I have no further questions.
Well, I'll just note for the record, since Colliers has some maintenance issues for the potential seepage pits as well as a pre-construction meeting, that will tie in the addressing of that asphalt area into those
Okay.
cooperative pre-construction meetings.
Okay.
Are there any board members that would like to question the testimony Mrs. Bullock has
I have a
provided?
question.
Mr. Bentabelli?
Ms. Bullock, just referring to Colliers 3.2, with reference to the parking spots, they said there's three on, I see three on the architectural plan, and you're proposing four. There'll be four?
There'll be actually 5 spaces shown when I update my plan. And what it is on the architectural plans, he shows 3 in a row. He didn't show like 2 more behind that would be available to fit midway between the proposed building and in that asphalt area.
Right, I know parking could be, difficult there, so 5 spots that'd be perfect.
Yes, it would. And
Okay.
the applicant did say that, if a friend is coming over or something, he would surely accommodate to allow them to have a space available for their visit.
Thank you.
What we like to do and have been doing in these areas where parking is a potential concern is, and since the applicant will be living in one of the units, is just expect that kind of cooperative effort when he has guests and such to use the off-street space, even if it's tandem, as you suggest,
Of course.
to keep the areas on the street available for other public who don't have the ability to park off-site.
Of
Yes,
course.
thank you.
Any other board members with questions? Hearing none, are there any members of the public that would like to question the testimony this witness has provided? Hearing none, Counselor?
Thank you. I'd like to call the architect Logan Dry.
Okay, I ask the witness to swear or affirm that the testimony you provide this evening is the truth and the whole truth.
I do.
And for the record, state and spell your name with your affiliation.
Logan Dry, Logandry, KCA Design Associates, the architect of record.
Can you please provide the board with your credentials so you can get sworn in, admitted as an
Sure,
expert?
I'm a registered architect. Been practicing since 2013, registered since 2019. KCA has licenses in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Florida, and Hawaii.
We'll accept his credentials.
Thank you. Can you go ahead, take us through the floor plan and the elevations?
Sure.
Should be on the next tab on top.
Yep, so again, we first started the process in terms of like the placement and size of the building, knowing that, we had this large area of pavement to the side of us that we could repurpose for parking. As the engineer had mentioned, if we were to, be in compliance with all of the required front yard and side yard setbacks, even the rear yard, because it's such a shallow lot, you'd end up with something that, was really unbuildable in terms of usable space. So what we've opted for instead was, sort of 2, I don't want to call them row home-esque, but they are similar to row home floor plans. We do a lot of work in the city of Philadelphia, in addition to other states, but I would characterize these as sort of 2 modest side-by-side single families, in the sense that they are both 2 stories, they both have a basement. So just to kind of run through these floor plans, they're identical, they're mirrored images of each other. So starting on the first floor, you've got your main living, kitchen, dining area in the front of the unit. You've got a small bedroom and bathroom in the rear of the unit. And then there's a staircase that takes you either upstairs or downstairs. We'll just sort of hit the basement here, which again, we can see we're using the basement there for den space, some recreational space and mechanicals. Again, that same staircase, then if you go back up to the first floor, you can go up to the second floor. And again, you'll see here there's 2 very well-appointed bedrooms with bathrooms, closets, as well as a laundry space. you know, the thing that we kind of wanted to keep in mind when we were doing this design, you know, if we were to integrate garages, this would push this into a 3-story design, and in order to kind of stay with the height requirements, you know, we'd have to do a flat roof, which again, in Philadelphia is fine, but given some of the context in this particular area, the sloped roof felt like an important design aesthetic to keep. So when we're looking at, you know, just how these two homes fit together, you know, we mirrored the roof lines so that when you look at it visually from the outside, it looks like one, you know, singular home. We've provided, you know, 2 different options depending upon, you know, the board's preference or township's preference on aesthetics. We have a option that's primarily hardy panel siding, so cementitious horizontal siding with some shake shingle accents at the top, a small amount of brick at the bottom. An alternative to that would be a more full brick facade, with again the same sort of hardy panel accents at the top, but you know, more brick facade, heavy design here. And then when you look at the side rear elevations, again we're kind of keeping it more simple with just the horizontal hardy panel siding. Again, all of the rooms will have egress compliant windows for the bedrooms. There's the egress wells as well for the basement space that's again triggered by the size of the space. Anything over 200 square feet has to have an egress well. You know, as far as the construction of the building, we're looking to do everything wood frame construction, 5B construction type. There'll be fire ratings, you know, between the units as well as on the exterior walls per the code. And then the buildings will also be fully sprinklered in accordance with the code. That's about it on the design. If you guys have any specific questions related to the architecture of it, feel free to fire away.
Are there any board members at this time that would like to question the testimony Mr. Dry has provided?
Mr. Champy, I have a question. So the window wells in the basement, that's not egress?
It is in the basement.
Okay,
yeah.
because the union has an ordinance, they don't allow basement living. I mean, other than no sleeping bedrooms, I just want that on the record because, you know, it's not, the application, I just want to make sure that that's, you know, on the record.
Ms. Scott?
I do have one question. You
Sure.
kind of described it as 2 single families side by side. So
Yep.
is it a multifamily or is it 2 single families?
It's a duplex because it's on one singular lot, but usually in at least city terminology, duplexes, the units are stacked one on top of another. Here I'm referring to them as singles just in the sense that they're, you know, vertically.
So if you was to advertise and market them, how would you market them? Would you market them as 2 single family units?
I think
Or
it would be
you market them
it would be
as
as a duplex, yeah.
a duplex?
Yeah, it's a 2-family home, but the way that they have the floor plans is if you go into, like normally 2-family homes, most of them you have like 2 separate doors. One is for the first unit on the first floor, the second one's just for the stairs upstairs. The way that it's designed, it's that each door you open, whether you're in this unit or the next unit, you open the door and it's straight living, like, and it's like 2 little skinny houses put together,
And
but it's
also in
2
multifamilies,
families.
If there's a family living on top of you or below
Correct.
you, right? So this is not the case. They'll
No.
be side by side.
Yep.
Correct.
Okay. I just wanted some clarity.
Does each of those units have dedicated basement space, or is it a common area?
No,
complete?
fully separate. That's why I said that wall in between these two goes the whole way down.
All the
and when
way
it's
into
in
the basement area?
Yep, when it's in the basement, it turns to concrete.
But there's no,
so
you didn't design or have any details for what's intended in the basement?
we just have den space and mechanical space in the basement
Okay.
currently.
We made sure that there's no full bathroom, there's nothing there that can make it look like turn it into a bedroom or a unit or anything
Well,
like that.
we deal with this often, as you know, council, and I know the zoning official referenced the egress windows in the basement, because that's usually a red flag. It's a safety feature. It's great to have if you need it, as long as it's not being used as living space.
Yes.
And that's just less than, you know, that's less than a 1/3 of the story below, correct? If I'm looking at it correctly, it looks like that. Because I just don't want the applicant, when it goes for a permitted set, I don't want them to be shocked and, you know, the calculation comes back, it's considered a story below grade, and next thing you know, it's 3 stories, you know, and then,
Yeah, no, it's fully below grade in that sense, and again, I think if there's a proviso for no bedrooms or in the basement, I don't think we'd be opposed to that.
no, I got it. I
Is
just
there
want to.
access to the basement without going through the front door?
Basically, you would go through the steps that are in the middle of the house. Other than that, there's no separate like Bilko door or anything else like that for
Yeah, no.
direct access from the outside.
And it's one open room?
Correct. It's one open room with a half bath and mechanics.
Okay.
Any other board questions? Hearing none, are there any members of the public that would like to question the testimony Mr. Dry has provided?
Council had referenced a Collier's report. I don't think anything specific was to architecture, but I assume we could also note for the record the applicant's expectation and really your profession as it relates to code safety and details through the permit process. I mean, that is what it is. It'll apply as you go to meet the expected standards.
Yeah, we'll put a full building code set together with architectural and structural plans in
Perfect.
accordance with the current IBC code.
And similarly, that anything that's needs to be ironed out can be addressed at that pre-construction meeting that Collier's is requesting.
Since there are no comments from the public, Counselor?
I just want to thank you for your time today. Again, this is for construction of a 2-family home that the applicant plans to live in and keep in the family for generations to come. Again, we are seeking existing variances, existing nonconformities for minimum lot size and minimum lot depth, and variances for minimum front yard setback, minimum rear yard setback, maximum impervious coverage, not having a garage, having a driveway in the side yard and rear yard setback, and the width of the driveway. And I hope you guys approve this application, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Be seated. At this time, I believe we can conference this. Mr. Bentavegna, would you like to begin?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Based on testimony heard tonight, I think this is a positive application, and I wish the applicant the best, and I'll be voting yes.
Ms. Little?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. I agree with Mr. Bentavegla, sorry. This is a good application. The house seems to be consistent with the neighborhood. I'm glad to see that the family is keeping all of this in the family and has done so for many years. So I will be voting yes on this application.
Ms. Ricketts?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I, too, will be voting yes on this application. I actually find it very admirable to build a home on a land that your family has owned, as you said, for 100+ years. I think that's an amazing thing, and this is a clean application, and I, too, will be voting yes.
Ms. Martins?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This application is definitely an improvement to the current site that's there, so I don't have an issue with that. I will be voting yes as well.
Mr. Wiley?
Mr. Chairman, I have no problem with this application. I think it's very positive. I think it's going to be an improvement to the neighborhood, getting rid of the lot, putting a nice house up. It's a good application. I'm going to vote yes.
Mr. McNeil?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will concur with my colleagues. Just add to thank you to the professionals for the fine job in explaining the project, and commend the young man for improving the lot and maintaining the character of the neighborhood. I, too, will be voting yes.
As for myself, the applicant has proved and justified both the positive and negative criteria associated with this application for the proposed use of the property. I see no negative impact on the property or the neighbors, so I too will be voting yes. And Mr. Carter, I wish you a lot of luck with this construction.
Ms. Scott.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought I said, Miss Scott. Last but not least.
I will not prolong the meeting. I thought the applicant The application was great. It is admirable that you're keeping your family's property in a market as this, where you could probably opt out to make a lot of money, and so you're building something that you can live in. It was a very clean application, so I also will be voting yes. My colleagues have said a lot, and so, thank you very much for the opportunity.
May I have a motion and a second to grant the application?
Mr. Chairman, I move that the board grant this application applicable to the grant this variance applicable to the application, and that council is directed to prepare a resolution consistent with the board's decision.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Wiley?
Yes.
Ms. Martins?
Yes.
Mr. Bentavegana?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. McNeil?
Yes.
Ms. Little?
Yes.
And Mr. Champy?
Yes.
We will add this to the June 10th calendar of the zoning board for resolution of approval.
Thank you guys so much. Mr. Chairman, there being no further business coming before the board, I move that we adjourn.
Aye.